Hello everyone, it's Professor Sadiq Noor, and today I'm gonna go through the Tableau, how to use it, and then how to practice the music store cells, and which file we need to upload so that we could accomplish the assessments. So first of all, you will need to create your account in Tableau. We have different ways that you could create the account. So let me share my screen. So you will have to go to tableau.com and then sign in and sign in. Once you hit the sign in, then you have all these options. Tableau login. You can login.com with Tableau here. Public Tableau, you have community, you have customer portal, you have Tableau e-learning. So obviously we will go with login to Tableau on the cloud. So I will click on it. You will have to provide your email. My email is then you have to provide your password. And then you have to sign in. It might take a few seconds. So when you open, this is your explore area where you can create the folders for the specific task. If you have seen here, I created INSS 14102, a folder for the INSS 141 section 103, and then I created a folder INSS-141 section 105. So to practice, if you want to create a folder, you will obviously go to new, and then you will create a project. You will have to name it. So I will say Sadiq testing, and then description is folder is for instructional purposes. Then I will hit create, and now you should see the folder will be created. As you see here, Sadiq testing. So you can click on it, it's empty. You can open your Tableau file, the source file, or you could upload your workbook, your data sheet. So to do that, I will go with, first we need to download two files that we need. So I will go to my class, and we will go to week number at 14. And then I will download the data analytic workshop introduction to Tableau. I will click on it to download it. Hit the link here to download the TWBX. Next that you need is to download the Excel file. In this case will be the coffee chain underscore v2 XLS. This will help you to finish up your in-class Tableau in-class exercise. So click on it to download it. Hit download. So I had downloaded two files. As you see, the coffee chain and the data analytics been downloaded in my computer. So once we have downloaded, now we're gonna go back to the Tableau Cloud. And then remember, we are in my folder Sadiq testing. So first I will open the file, which is the TWBX file, which is the Tableau file. So I will to upload that file, the music store file, you will have to go to new and then upload workbook. If you wanna upload individual or the Excel file, then it's gonna be a workbook. So we have to go to upload the music store. So we have to go to upload workbook. Then we will name it as Sadiq Music Store. And then I will be saving under the project Sadiq Testing. And then if you want to write a description, you could say it here. Then we have to go to choose a file. Now I have to go to my download. And then I have the data analytic. You will click on it. You will click open. And then you will upload. Before you upload, you have to be sure that you choose this option here, show sheets as tabs. Click upload. Give it a few seconds. And the file will be uploaded. That's your master file. That's to practice the music store sales. So after that, we will click on edit. And then we have all the worksheets here in the bottom. As you see, if you click on it, it's gonna show you all the information, the top 20 artists, sales distribution by region, sales by geography. So here is all the sheets that we have to work on it to practice. So there are 5 visualization and a dashboard that can be created in this practice. So if you look in the left-hand side, these are what we call is your dimensions. These are the field or the columns. And the column will indicate if they are numbers or they are text. You will see in the left-hand side, ABC means these will be like, the data type will be text. And then if you go down, you see the number, it means the data type for these columns or field, they will be numbers, right? So a very important thing here is that these are your dimension. We call it fields. Field. This is your field or table headings. The table headings in a worksheet. All right. Now the most important thing is that then you have to select your dimension, either they wanna be represented as a column or they're gonna be represented as a row. And then we have the tab here, the menu, file, data, worksheet, dashboard, analysis. And this guy here is called as mark. These are your marks. Mark shelf. This is your mark shelf. Mark shelf. We have to work in this work area. The work area is here. All right. So the next thing we have to do is in our first exercise, we have to go to we will click on the tab in the bottom where it says most popular genre. So now what you can do here is that if you look at these, we have the new data source. If you want to add a new data source, if you want to post auto updates, this one is to add a new worksheet, right? Or the next one we have is to duplicate. If you want to clear your sheet and start again a new one. And then here we have for the total, if you want to use show the rows grand total, the column grand totals, you can find it from here. The next one here we have is highlight, and then this one is to format the workbook, and then this one is to fit it, and then this one is to show hide the card, right? To show and hide the card. So the first thing we want to do, we will click here, and then we will show caption. So this is the caption now. So we will remove the caption. As you see, I will click on show caption. By default, it's going to show the title and the captions. So we don't want the caption because we have to practice, and then we have to use this field, and then we have to demonstrate using Tableau. So I will click on show caption. I will remove the show caption. As you see, we left the title there. So here we have to drop the field here in this white area. That's your working area. So the first thing that we want to find out which genre sells the most. So to help determine the next year budget, you are asked to create a visualization to determine which genre sells the most to our customer in Europe and Asia. To do that, the first thing is we need to drag the genre dimension to the row. So if you don't see the genre from the left-hand side, you can go to search and tab G for genre. And once you get the genre, you will drag it to the row. So you will drag it as the genre will be the row. As soon as you drag it to the row, it's gonna populate it. And then this is the data type for each of the genre. So the next is we have to drag the quantity. So I will go here in the search, I will tap Q for quantity, and the quantity is a number, right? So that will be actually will automatically aggregate the quantity using sum. So we need the quantity to be as a column. So you're gonna drag it to the column. As you dragged it, we will get the sum of the quantity. Next, we have to drag the genre dimension to the color. So we have to remember that how to use the color with very cushions. But in our case, we will use the color to relate to other worksheet we will build in the next exercise. So to do that, what you need is you will go back, you will choose G for genre, and then you will drag the genre dimension to the color, over the color in the mark shelf. Yeah. As you see now, the color of your chart has changed. And here we have all the list of the genre. Now, the next thing we need to do is to click on the descending bar icon on the toolbar. So in the toolbar, we have to click the descending. So the descending, if you move your cursor over the toolbars, this one is sorting descending, and this one is sorting ascending. So obviously we need descending. You will click this. As you see, it's gonna be processing. And then it's gonna be, as you see, we have sorted descending. So we clicked the descending bar icon on the toolbar, this one here, as my lighter indicate. Next, we need to click on the T icon on the toolbar to turn on the label. So now I don't have the labels. I don't have the label, but when I move my cursor, it tells me that the yellow bar is the generic rock, and content is 2362. So to add, to turn on the labels, you will go back to the toolbar and you will click on the T, show mark labels. You will click on it. As you clicked here, it shows you now the labels. So with the T icon on the toolbar, and then as you notice here, we have now the quantitative, the values for each of these bars. Next, we need to drag the region dimension to the filter shelf. As I said, these are your shelves. So we need to drag the region. Now in Tableau, these dimension, they look like a pill. So in Tableau, we call this as like a pills. All right. So this one also looks like a pill. You can say like a capsule, right? So these are like your pills. Next, we have to find out the region, and we have to drag it to the filter shelf. So you will drag it to the filter mark shelf. So now it's gonna get the dialog box asking us which of the region you wanna filter. So we need to choose. The regions are Asia, Europe, North America, Oceania, South America. So we are looking for Asia, and you will click on Europe, and then you will click on apply, and then you will click on OK. So now we have selected, we filtered the bar with the region Europe and Asia. Next, we have to right click the region in the shelf. So we have to click on the arrow here, the drop down, and then we have to go to apply to worksheet, and then we have to choose all using these data source, all using these. So click on it. Once we have selected all using this data source, now we have to click the region pill in the filter. So we will go back to the pill, the region pill. And we have to click on the drop down, and then we have to go to the show filter. That will show the filter in the right hand side, right? So if you go back and then you remove the show filter, as you see here, we don't have the show filter anymore. So click on go back to the filter shelf, and then click on the drop down, and then click on show filter. And if you look now, we got the show filter. So the easy thing is that you can flip this. If you want to see, you want to filter the bar by North America, Oceania, and so on. For example, if I take off Asia and I take off Europe, and then I say, give me Oceania, for example. As you see, I can say, give me South America. Click on the bar. So now I have Oceania and South America. So we want Asia, we want Europe, but we don't want Oceania, take it off. We don't want South America. As you do the changes, the processing will be happening in the back end. And also we need to remove South America. So that's how you can use the filter to filter regarding any of the region. Now the next thing that we need to do is to right click on the bar of the top selling genre and choose the annotate. So click on the bar, the top. This is the top selling genre, which is the rock, and the content is 1228. So what we need to do is right click on it, and then you will see annotate, and then click on mark. Once you hit mark, and then we can say genre, we're gonna say top space selling genre, and then quantity. I will go ahead. That's the label that's gonna display, and then it's gonna give us the sum of the quantity in the right hand side of the label, quantity sold. You can boldface, you can increase the size, you can change the scripting of your text, you can also change the color. So if you select top selling genre, I will boldface, I will change the color just to show you. I will change it to this color, and then also I will boldface sold. Now I will apply, I will click OK. As you see, it's been bold-faced. Now we need to move the annotate mark. So click on it, and then when you see the white 4 arrows, hold the left key of your mouse and drag it wherever you want to move it. So now that indicates that the top selling genre rock is rock. The content is sold is this. After that, now we have done with the first exercise. The most popular genre in Asia and Europe is rock, and the content sold is this. Now we have to save it. You will go to File, and then you will hit Publish As. Now it's gonna publish under the Sadiq testing folder, and you can name it as most popular engineer in Asia and Europe. And then be sure that you have show sheet and then click publish. And give it a few seconds. Now that one is done. So the next one is which artist sells the most. So if you click on the second sheet, then here we have the captions. It tells us what we need to drag and where we have to drag and how to click on the sum quantity pill and so on. So we have to change this. We have to remove the caption so that we will be able to add up our dimensions. So to do that, you will go in the toolbar, and then you will click on show caption, because by default it's show. We don't want to see the caption, but we need the title. So I will click here to remove the caption. So now the caption is gone. So what we want to do in this one, which artist sells the most, or the top 20 artists. To do that, we need the artist. So in the left hand side, where your field, where your columns are, you will have to search for artist, and you will drag it, the artist dimension, to the row. You will drag it with the left key, and that populate the worksheet area. It shows you the artist and the data type, all they are text. Next, we have to drag the quantity. And when you drag the quantity measures to the columns, you will notice that automatically is gonna aggregate the quantity using the sum. So to do that, we have to go here and say Q for quantity and is a number. So we will drag it as a column. Once we have dragged it, the quantity is gonna have automatically is gonna aggregate the quantity with a sum using the sum function. Next, we have to drag the generic dimension to the color shelf. These are the shelves, the mark shelves. So we have to drag the generic dimension. So we have to go here and tap G. Once we see the generic, you will move the generic over the color shelf. And then you will see your chart the bar chart will change to a different colors. So the next one is you will see that in the left, you will see that it's gonna have the pill, the generic pill with in the mark shelf with the color icon in the right. Okay. Next, we have to drag the quantity measures to the label. So we need to search quantity, so Q. The moment that you see the quantity, you will drag it over the shelf label. So drag it and then release your left key. And you will see now it's gonna add the sum for every artist. So notice these places as a quantity bill in the mark shelf with a T now, because T is what you have selected. The icon T means label. The four kind of color, that's the color shelf. All right. Next, we have to click on the sum quantity pill in the mark shelf to show the drop down. So we need to go to the sum quantity and click the drop down. And then we have to go to format, click on the format number. And it's gonna open the dialog box. By default is automatic. So we need to change it to number standard. Number standard. So click on the number standard and you will see the number is gonna change in your work area in the right hand side. It's gonna take a few seconds to apply the number standard. As you see now, the number has changed to the standard. If you look before, it was automatic with some decimal place. See, now you can also have the dollar sign one. If you click here, you see 21 and 0 cents with a dollar sign. So we need the number standard. So click on the number standard only. Now click anywhere to deselect the drop down. So next is that we have to click on the right side of the artist bill. Artist, this one here. And then we have to click on filter. Click on filter from the drop down, and then we have to go to the top. We have to go to the top, bottom. We need top, bottom, and we clicked it, the drop down arrow in the artist. It opens this dialog box, right? Next, click on the arrow to expand the top and bottom. Now, what we need is we need to find out the top 20, right? So click by ID, rank top, and then we need to change to 20. And then we need the field quantity and the sum. Now click apply to find for us to filter the 20 out of the artists that we have listed in the work area. So we need to find the top 20. So we will say apply, and then we will click OK. So these are the 20, right? These are the 20. You see the top 20. And then if you want, you can descending that, you can ascending the artist. It's up to you. So if you want to do ascending, you see, you can also do it descending. So the highest will be in the top. All right. So that ends our exercise 2, which shows the top 20 artists in Asia and Europe. So we will have to save it. We will go to File, Publish As. We will call this as top 20 artists in Asia and Europe. And then I will be saving under the folder under my projects, the dig testing and publish. Now that one is also been published and saved. As you see here, it says the 20 has been published to the folder dig testing. Next, we have to go to number 3, sheet number 3, about cell distribution by region. So now in this one, we have to determine cells distribution by region. To do that, in the toolbar, you will click on show and hide, and we wanna hide the card, show caption. I don't want the caption, but I wanna leave the title. So you will click on show caption, remove the show caption. Now, if you want, you can also change this. You can click and change it. You can give the name you want, so you can change it, double click it. So you can double click the title. You can change it. You can give the color you want. You can highlight it. I can give the color green. And then I will click OK, as you see. Next, for this one, we've been asked to assess which region in Europe and Asia sells the most records. But we quickly find that we'll be able to answer this information given the field already defined in our data set. So obviously we have to create the cells, as we don't have the cells dimension or the field is not already part of the music store. So to do that, what we need is we have to click on the drop down icon beside the magnifying lens. That's the magnifying lens. And then you will go all the way to this drop down arrow. And then you will click on create calculated field. You will click on it. And then we will have to name it as sales. We don't have the cell, column, or field. So we have to create the field cells or the column cells. Now we have to add the quantity and the unit price. So you will go to the section where it has the numbers field or the columns, and then you will drag the quantity in the middle box and then multiply it, and then you will go back. You will drag the unit price. There you go. And then you will say apply. And then you will click on OK. Now you will notice that in your the cells dimension has been created for us. We never had it, so we created it. So how to create a calculated field is this. You will have to go to the magnifying right hand side and click on this arrow here, and then you have to click on we have to click on create calculated field. You will have to see the option that says create calculated field. Calculated field. All right. So once you when you click on the calculate, is the first option. Once you click, then you will get the box like this, and then you have to name in the top. Instead of calculated, you will change it to cells, and then you will have to drag the quantity here. Then you have to drag the unit price, and then you have to multiply. You have to use the asterisk. All right. So as you see, the field, the dimension cell is created. Now, after we have done that, so you will see that it has the equal cells. We'll have the icon that starts with equal. Is here the equal and then the number sign. Now we have to drag the cell calculator field from the measures. These are the measures section. These are the measures. So from the measures to the size shelf. So you will drag to the size shelf. So once you have done that, next you will notice that the cells appeal in the mark shelf with circle icon to the icon right beside it. You will see in the left of the sum cell, you will see the circle icon. All right, dash icon and dash icon is the same. That means the sum, the cells is the size that you choose, the mark shelf. So next, we have to drag the region dimension to the color shelf. So we need the region. So you can just search for R for region. And we have to drag the region dimension to the color shelf. to the color show. As you see that the pill will indicate in the right of the region pill, you will see the icon of the color. Next, we have to drag the country dimension to the detail. So the country dimension, we have to drag it over the label shelf. As you see, we get the names of the country. And if you look, we have a T. T indicates is a label, the country dimension. Next, we have to click on the space beside the country dimension we just added to the detail shelf. So we have to grab the country and drag it to the detail. All right. To the detail shelf. Now we have to right click on the dimension, the detail country. We have to do right click. And then we have to go to sort. And then we have to choose descending. And then we have to choose sort by field quantity. So sort the data source, and then we have to choose field, and then we have to choose the field quantity, and then the sum, and then we have to close it. Next, we have to drag the country to the label shelf. So we did that here. Now we have to drag the cells, calculated cells to the shelf. So we have to remove the R from the search. And that's the field that we create the cells. And we have to drag it to the shelf, the label shelf. Yeah. Then I'm gonna indicate the numbers now. And then we have to go to the cells in the mark shelf, the cells. And then we have to click quick calculation, and then we need the percentage. So for this one, we will have to go to the sales bill in the mark to show the drop down. And we want to change this to a percentage. So we can go here, or we can use this one. And then we have to go to quick calculation, and then we need percentage of the total. As you see, we get the percentage now instead of having the numbers. Now that ends this exercise in here. And we have to save our third worksheet. So I will go to File, Publish As. Then we're gonna call this Cells and distribution by region. I will save in my folder and click publish. Now, the other thing that we need is we can also, so the blue color is Asia and the orange is what we call Europe, right? Now we will do the fourth. The fourth one is we have to, if you want to change the color, you can also drag, let's check. You can change the color of the countries with different colors, right? So what I did was I dragged the country dimension pill to the color shelf. So the fourth exercise, we have to go back to the number 4. So these are the directions. So what we need is in the toolbar, we have to go here in the show and hide card. So we have 2 cards visible, the title and the caption. So we need to remove the show caption so that we can get the work area location. So for this one, we have to find out what does our geographic cell distribution looks like. So we want to expand the cells to more countries. To do this, we will need to know first how our cells looks like in the countries we are currently capturing. So to do that, we will have to double click the country from the left dimension pane. We will double click the field country to create the map. Double click. So this is when you double click the country dimension pill, this create a geographical map in the view. We should also notice that the latitude and the longitude are automatically placed in the row and the column shelf respectively. So you see the longitude and the latitude is automatically being added to the column and the row shelves. These are the shelves. Now, the next thing is we need to change the map. So in the mark shelf, this is the mark shelf. It says automatic. We will click the drop down and then we have to change it to map. We have to change the automatic to map. So this is the map. Next, we have to drag the cells measures to the color. So the cells that we created earlier, we have to drag it to the color shelf. That is the color change. So this will add the sum cells pill in the mark card with the color icon beside it. Here the color icon as my mouse indicate. Next, we have to drag the cells, again the cells dimension the cells measure to the level. We need to indicate the levels. So each regions has the sum of the cells. Finland, Sweden, Norway, Germany, France, Spain, India, and so on. Now, the next thing we have to do, and also you will notice that we have the dimension with the T label, the pill cells. Now we have to click the cell pill mark to choose the formation. So we need to choose the formation. You will click here. You will go to number, format number, and then we will go to custom, currency custom, and then we don't want to have a decimal place. So we have to change it to 0. And then we will keep, be sure that include 1000 separator. Be sure that this has to be as it is. Don't change include 1000 separators. That has to be checked. And then if you notice now I have the $sign without any decimal place. Now click anywhere to deselect. Next, we have to drag the country dimension to the label. So country, we have to drag it to the label shelf. So that indicate what the countries are. Before, we don't had what the country names are. So Finland, Poland, Czech, France, Portugal, India. So what we want to do now in our mark area, this is your mark area here. What we want to do is we have to drag the country with a T. We have to have it before the T cells. So we have to move this here. As you see now, the name is above the sum. Before the country name was below the sum. So now we moved it up. All right. Now we have to click on the tooltip shelf. And then the label editor is gonna come up. So now we kind format the country. So what we need is we want to boldface the country. So you can boldface. We have to increase this countries a little bit to 12. On the cells, I will boldface. I will leave it smaller than the country. And then we hit the boldface. And if you want to change the color, you can do so. I can select the country, the label country, and I can go here and we can change the color to something like blue color. The cells, I can change it to red, something similar to red. Now we will click apply. Okay. Now we have to move and click on the country, or move your cursor over the country. You will see the color country is Sweden, and then the cells is 110. So you will click again the tooltip. It's gonna open the edit tooltip. So if you want the country also to be the size of the country level, so 12. And then this one is 10. This one is 10 too. So you can say apply and okay. Now when you move your cursor, you see I have country Finland with the font size bigger than the cells. So next, you can also go here. You see where it says the legend. This is the color region, legend. These are your color legend. Yeah. Legend. So we can change the color. You have a black arrow here. We will click it. So you see the drop down in the right of the cells. And then you will click on edit color. Or you can format the legend. So you can say format the legend. You can change the style of, if you want border, you can have the border with different color. Let's say yellow. As you see, yellow, the border. Background is white, as you see. If you want to change the font, the scripting, you can do so. Now I will close it. I will click it again here. I can edit the color. You can also hide the legend. So edit the color. And we want red. And then close it. The edit color cells. As you see the color change of your legend. And then we have France. And the color change accordingly. So we're done with this exercise, which is number 4. So now I need to publish it. I will go to File, Publish As, and I will call this one Sales in Asia and Europe. And I'm gonna save it under the Sadiq testing folder, my project folder, and I will click Publish. It might take a few seconds. Be patient. So the last one will be, we have to figure out how does the cell trend of the rock track compare against the alternative and heavy metal tracks. So we have to click on the worksheet number 5. And then, as usual, we have to hide the caption. So you will click this icon here. And then click on show caption, because I don't want the caption. I want to have a white area where I can have my dimension applied, and then we can see all the quantitative and the cells listed. So we have to click on show caption. So we remove the caption, we left the title card. Now, in this exercise, we have to have how does the sale trend of the rock track compare against the alternative and heavy metal tracks? So one of our market researchers needs to find out the sales trend of the rock, alternative, and heavy metal tracks. So we will offer this help here how to do it. So what we need to do is we have to click on invoice date. So we have to find out the invoice date, this one, and hold the right click of your mouse and drag it to the column by holding the right key, not the left, so that we can get this drop down here. And then from here, after you did the right click drag, it opens a menu as shown as soon as the field is placed on the shelf. Now we have to choose continuous green. We have to choose continuous green. That's the one here. Which we want. This has a green calendar icon. This is the calendar icon, right? So what we need is we need to choose the continuous green month. This is the one here. From the drop down, we have to choose month, invoice date. From the drop down, this has a green calendar, as you see, icon beside it. So the continuous green field produce excess, which is what we want. And the discrete blue field produce the headers. Okay, so we need the month, and then the blue will be the discrete. So we have that, and click OK. All right. Now we have to drag the cells to the row shelf. The cells that we created earlier, the cells measure to the row shelf, to the row shelf, to the row shelf. This will produce a line graph for you. So this is the line graph, as you see. Now drag the generic dimension to the color to keep the color theme consistent with the other worksheet. So we need the generic, and we have to drag the generic dimension to the color to keep it the same color theme consistent with the other worksheet. Okay. Now you can also select all the members. Now what we need is we have too much information on our view to be able to answer the original question. So we need to drag the generic dimension to filter, and we have to choose rock. So we have to drag the generic to the filter. And we have to choose rock. Scroll all the way down until you see the box rock. Click on it. And then also we need to choose alternative and alternative and but this one and heavy metal. And then click OK, apply, and then OK. Now here is gonna show us the legend what we have selected. The blue are the alternative, the pink, the purple is the heavy metal, and the green, light green is rock. Now we have to go to the analysis menu, and then we have to select trend. We have to select the trend. So we have to go to the analysis menu, and then we have to select, show trend. So we have analytics. This is to show the mark here. It's looking nice. We have to go back here. I don't see the selected lines. Number of records, sales. So it could be that option is not there. Show. So here I don't see that. Change it to trend line. It could be that available in the desktop version. So that ends my lecture for the fifth exercise about rock versus alternative versus heavy metal. All right. So I don't see that option. So you can play with these ones to see how the steps gonna work. You can filter by the genre only, by the region. You can highlight the genre. Now we have to save this. We'll go to File, Publish As. We will publish it under the Sadiq test, and then we have to give it the name. That one is for rock versus alternative versus heavy metal in Asia and Europe. Click publish. Now the last one is the dashboard. So we have to create a more cohesive view. We can bring multiple worksheets in a dashboard. So we add this one. So this is the dashboard here. And then you can hit the X to get out of that. Then we have the 20 artists. Then you can bring their distribution. And then we can go here and drag the sheet geographical. And then the last one was rock versus. So we have everything in one place in the dashboard. Then we can go to File, Publish, Dashboard, Dashboard. Have to put it under the Sadiq and publish. So everything is being created using the Tableau on the cloud. Now we have to publish this file. So we have to go to the right hand side and hit publish, publish as. Now you have to publish if you want to publish the whole thing. So the other thing we want to do here, so if you go back to the, so if you look here, it says show me. I forgot to show you. Show me, it has all the chart. So you could change to a table. You can change it to this. You can change it to pie chart. You can, so we had this one. And then you can change it to this one just to show you we have different kinds. All right. So I will undo. That's what we need to do. You can change your chart. It's not the end of the world, you know. So if you go to the last one, you can change it. For example, now is line. We can have it bar. We can have it like this. We can have it three maps like this. We have this option in Excel. We can have it like highlight table like this. We can have it the map. So these one are not available. So we have different kinds of lines. So I will do undo. Means you can change the chart you want by clicking the show me. Now the next one, publish. So it's been published. If you click here, publish as, we will publish this, and then I will say CD music store. Right. Now the next thing is, if you're gonna go here, you can close it, and then your Sadiq music store is here. And then if you click here, and then you can sign out, and then it's been published. Let's see, file, published. It's been published already. So we have to go to file, closed. Then you will click on explore. You can go to your Siddiq store. So we're gonna go to explore. We are back to explore. And then if you click on Siddiq folder, you will see all the files are here we published. All right. Then you can go here, and then you can set a permission. You can download. So everything is in here. Now, if I click here, it has everything that you created today. Okay? See? So if you go back with these icons here to explore, and then you go to your testing, and then this is the main one. If you click the three dots, download, then the TWBX is being downloaded. These are the individual activities. So if we go to this one, and then we go, this is the rock versus, double click it, it's gonna launch it and it's gonna show you the whole thing. And then you can see in a full screen and so on. So I will go back to my folder. These are the stuff we have done today. Now I will teach you, the next one is about the warm-up exercise. So that will be my next video. Thank you so much, and I hope that you guys has enjoyed. So what we could do, I will go back to the home, and then I will go to, let's say you want to open your file to work on it. So I will upload, or you can upload from here. And you can download the Tableau desktop if you want to download to your computer. So I will go here. I will say upload. I will say CD music files, and then I will put it under the folder data analytic, and then I will go to choose. That's my Sadiq music. I'll click open, and then I'll show tabs, and I will upload it. So I'm opening now the TWBX file. So here we have this file, edit. And then we have the most popular, the 20th, the cell distribution that you made earlier. We have sales by geography. And then that was the last one. And then we had the dashboard. And then we can add our music dashboard here, like, oh, I want this to be here. I want this to be here. Then I want this number 3 to be here. And then the last one, I want to do the chart here. So you can go here, publish as, you can say music store. Now I can close it. And from the top here, you can go to any folder you want. So data analytics or Explorer. Explorer will take you to the main. And then these are all your folders. And if we click on data analytic, we should see the files here. So you can just click here and download. Or you can edit it in your Tableau desktop if you install the desktop, Tableau desktop. So I hope that you have learned how to use Tableau. So have a nice day. Thank you so much. Bye.